Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Carey. I am the class coordinator and senior instructor of police for the 312th Basic Training class. I would ask that you join me in welcoming today's graduates, the members of the 312th Basic Training class, as they join me on stage. Members of the 312th Basic Training class, and ladies and gentlemen, please rise or remain standing and direct your attention to the Lawrence Police Department for the presentation of colors and our national anthem. Honor Guard, please post the colors.
Present. Arms.
You may be seated. During your time at KLETC, you've all walked past the Wall of Honor many times. The Wall of Honor was designed as a reminder of those KLETC graduates who have died in the line of duty. The names and photos of the 29 individuals memorialized there help preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers the opportunity to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice in service to the citizens of Kansas. At this time, please join me in a moment of silence to observe and honor those 29 KLETC graduates who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. On April 17th, you all started your journey here at KLETC. You were all seated in classroom 1. Some of you appeared more anxious than others. It was in that classroom when I first heard your reason, your why for joining this profession. Whether it was a dream or a life-changing event, you were all here for a specific reason. I hope the last 14 weeks have added clarity to your desire to do this job. I watched you all work through challenges together. I did not see a group working together on day one. I saw several individuals trying to survive. Today, I see a group of people that were able to put their differences aside to accomplish the same task. When things get tough, rely on your team while being the best team player you can be. Don't ever think you are too big to do the small things. We spoke of failure. Some of you may have failed during an evolution here at KLETC. Failure doesn't define who you are. Recognizing the failure and how to be successful the next time is the key. Take that challenge head on and keep improving. This profession is constantly changing and evolving. Continue to learn new things and push yourself to be better. Maintain your integrity. Your honor and your word are necessary in this profession. If you find yourself questioning this, ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? If the answer is no, continue to work towards a solution that changes that answer to a yes. One of the quotes that we have hanging up around KLETC is, do the right thing even when no one is watching. Be that example every day. Thank you for the last 14 weeks. They have been memorable. As your class coordinator, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Stay safe and remember your purpose. Congratulations. On behalf of the KLETC administration and everyone here at KLETC, congratulations on completing your basic training. I am proud of you. I will now ask Director Darren Beck to come to the podium to introduce today's commencement speaker.
Before I introduce our speaker, I can't help but be impressed by the number of people that are here. Never forget, as you look out here, how many people have supported you in so many different ways. The investment that your families have made, the time and effort that your families have made, their support, the investment that your communities have made, and the investment that the people of the state of Kansas through the legislature have made. They've invested a lot in you. They have a lot of trust and faith that you're going to make our communities a better place to live. And representing our legislature today is our guest speaker, Representative Barb Wasinger. Barb Wasinger has called Hays, Kansas home for over 3 decades, a former mayor of Hayes, a former Hayes City Commissioner. Wassinger was elected as the first woman to serve as an Ellis County Commissioner in 2012. She was elected to 2 terms on the commission, serving until November 2018, when she was elected to the Kansas House of Representatives for the 111th District, defeating a 9-term incumbent. That doesn't happen very often. Wassinger currently serves as chair of the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules and Regulations and chair of the Committee on Legislative Modernization, and serves on the Committee on Higher Education Budget and Committee on Taxation. Representative Wassinger is a small business owner and never forgets her role as a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. We had an opportunity to speak together at lunch today, and I'm absolutely convinced she never loses sight of those roles. She holds a bachelor's degree in liberal arts with a concentration in journalism and theology from St. Catherine University in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's my honor and privilege to introduce to you Representative Barbara Wassinger.
I asked one of the most recent graduates that I came to see graduate if they were scraping the bottom of the barrel, calling me and asking me to speak. So I hope I don't put you to sleep and I won't talk too long, just in about an hour. That's not hard. Thank you, Director Beck and Deputy Director Gould. Thank you so much for the invitation and the belief that I could obviously do something that didn't want to make everyone want to leave when I spoke. And I want to know that I'm honored to celebrate the newest members of the Blue Line. And I'm grateful for all that you guys are going to do and all that the law enforcement has done for me, my family, and for all of Kansas. We need you. So thank you for protecting us. The history of policing doesn't always have happy things, right? But what I also read, which will make you feel a lot better, is that part of the problem is that you're at the mercy of state, local, and federal legislation. And since I've been in state and local, you can blame me. I've got broad shoulders. I'll take it. In colonial days, it kind of started. And so now you need to know what your challenge is as you understand the solutions and the problems within your own communities when you get it back, and take care of that. Community policing has been very successful. I know that Captain Scheibler has done a great job with that, and he's increased in Hayes the trust of people all around him. So how does that affect you? What kind of law enforcement official do you want to be? I have a question. How many of you wanted to be a police officer from the time you were little? Oh, we've got one. Oh, quite a few. Very good. Me, I had lots of dreams. I wanted to be a journalist, a famous journalist, not just a writer, but a famous journalist. And I also wanted to be an actress. So I ended up as a politician. So you might say I made it to the actress phase. But when I was trying to get ready for this, I watched a video of an amazing young woman who had been injured while in college playing volleyball with a traumatic brain injury. And her twin brother graduated the year before. And she got up there to talk. And she said, over the past year, she saw something different. She wanted to look at people differently. So instead of what you're going to be, politician, police officer, I want to know who you're going to be. Who's the person on the inside? Because that will affect everything that you do in your job. Make sure I'm not on the wrong pages. I brought this book because this really made a lot of sense to me. Strength Finders. I don't know if anyone else has heard of it. Tom Rath wrote it. And basically, you take a quiz, and then it gives you your 5 strongest suits. I know it will come as a surprise to you. Communication was one of my strengths. And a few other things, but it made me realize that problem solving is one of my best qualities. And I think that's an important quality for law enforcement because you need to be able to get into situations, figure out what's going on, and try to solve the problem the best way you can. Let's see, go back. And my example for that was I took tennis lessons when I was in high school because a friend wanted me to take tennis lessons with her. I want to tell you that I am the very worst tennis player you would ever see. We had little kids that had to play against us. And the day I quit, I don't quit things easily. The day I quit was when one of the little kids said, "I don't have to play with her, do I?" I went, that's not one of my strengths, but I can golf. So I just put aside, I don't play tennis. And so that's kind of the idea behind Strength Finders. But I was reading about all the things that you are good qualities in police officers. So let me try to overwhelm you when I see I'll give you the list, okay? Mental and physical fitness, critical thinking, sound judgment, problem solving skills. Just give me a call. Communication skills, you need to be clear, concise, confident, always show confidence. Whether in person or whether you're talking at a public event like this. Let's see, there's interpersonal skills, strong moral character, sense of ethics, compassion and respect, devotion to your communities, strong initiative and perseverance, patience and tolerance, be resolute, steady, confident, motivated. I'm sure you're all ready to do every single one of those right away. Even when you're faced with adversity and teamwork, I know that you've learned teamwork during these last 14 weeks, and obviously knowledge of law. Your field is so important. It's literally often a matter of life or death. And you're taking on a huge responsibility, and for that, we are all so grateful, and I know that you're all very proud of your family members. But now that I've scared you with that list, now I want to know, how will your character be described? Instead of someone saying, "Oh, this is Bill. He's a police officer. This is what this young woman said." She did not want to be known as the girl with the traumatic brain injury. She wanted her character seen, someone that was kind, someone that was trustworthy, someone that was friendly, someone that followed the rules but helped others follow the rules. So I want you to think about who you're going to be when someone describes you, and tell them to not say police officers. And how will you describe yourself? I'm a dad. I'm a mom. I'm a good person, and I want to continue doing good things for Kansas. Think about what's inside and what you're going to be there, because at some point in time, I'm not going to be a politician, and you will retire from the police departments. But your family needs to know who you are. Your friends need to know who you are, and you, most of all, need to know who you are inside so that you can be the best person that you can be. And then you won't feel lost without the title police officer. My job is one where every 2 years I could be back at home. But my favorite names are Nana, Mom, and Barbie. My husband calls me Barbie. This is such an important day. Your challenges are just starting. You've done 14 weeks. This is your first step. The next thing you know, you'll be in your communities, and they will be training you to do what they think you should be doing within their communities. And that takes a different bent than what this did. Value your faith, value your family. And just a little hint, if you get compliments, take them with a grain of salt. If you get really negative comments, if they're valid, think about it. And the rest of them, forget it. Let it roll off your back like a duck, water off duck's back. I can tell you that's not always easy to do with all the phone calls I get. So I am so proud of all of you. I want you to know that this was so important to me to be here. A friend graduated from this, and I'm so proud of him and for your commitment to all of us to keep us safe. My prayers are with each and every one of you and all of your family members, because anytime anyone does anything, especially of this import, you're part of that, and it affects you as well. So congratulations. Go into this new path. Make sure that you know who you are as a person before you describe yourself as a police officer. Thank you so much for having me here, and best wishes to you all.
So we have a token of appreciation to share with you, but before I give you this, I think you've treated yourself unfairly. I think as you look back on your life and you think back as to what you wanted to be as a child, and you wanted to be a journalist and you wanted to be an actress. I'm with you on the actress part, but as far as journalist, I think you're in the paper more than you would have been had you been a journalist. It's just that you're in the headlines instead of the bylines. But thank you for speaking today. Very important message. And I'd like to share with you the most coveted KLETC pad folio that you can use when you are chairing legislative committees or whatever purpose you can have.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again very much. Thank you.
It is now time for the class president for the 312th basic training class to deliver a few remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the class president for the 312th basic training class is Deputy Tyler Jost of the Atchison County Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon. My name is Deputy Tyler Jost with the Atchison County Sheriff's Office. Thank you all for being here today. When you're told or elected to stand at a podium with a speech you've written, it can be a daunting task. And it's usually not because you have too little to say, but rather too much. Luckily, in this case, I'm more a man of actions and not words, so it'll be brief. Before I arrived here, and even through the first week of classes, I had every intention of sitting in the corner with my nose in the text, trying to absorb as much information as I could, something my father has tried to instill in me for years. Sorry, Dad. No one is more surprised than I that I stand before you today as the president of the class. Just like myself, I think that most of my classmates would agree that there was a deafening sense of separation and distance when we started out here 70 days ago. I can tell you that our class is no stranger to disagreement, but if there's one thing that unites our class, it's our sense of humor, most of which I cannot share with you from this podium. The reason I bring this to your attention is that internally, on everyone you see before you, there is a hidden switch buried deep in the brain that could turn any one of them from a goofball into a law enforcement professional instantly. I am a firm believer that it takes a certain type of human to do this job, and I can see that in every one of my classmates. The decision to act is something that many people do not possess. To walk into an emergency and know what has to be done without thought or question. To de-escalate a crisis without the need for a group huddle or a moment to ponder. I have watched this class grow as law enforcement professionals over our time here, but not all of the skills I've mentioned were taught here. This training center has given us the tools and knowledge to provide law and order in the community at any moment of the day or night, and to mold these individuals and their capabilities into well-oiled machines. To the class. Most of you are so excited that this is finally over and we are out of here. But this is just the beginning, and I know there are at least 20 hungry FTOs around the state of Kansas that can't wait to see you. To the staff, thank you for all your support and direction over our time. To all the leadership in the audience, I have to believe that there was a careful selection process based on skill and merit that led to our hiring. But thank you anyway for picking us specifically and for your continuing support over the last few months. To our families, thank you for holding down in our absence. I know that at least for me specifically, this has been an enormous stress on my wife, but I couldn't be here without her. There are many lessons taught at KLATC, many acronyms, codes, statutes, laws, and definitions. But I'll leave you with this. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Class 312, I know you will react in a way that helps the communities that you serve with integrity. Thank you for your time.
Deputy Jost, it is my pleasure on behalf of KLETC administration and staff to present you with this plaque as an appreciation and recognition of you being the 312th Basic Class President. I hope that you will display it proudly. Congratulations. In law enforcement, ethics is at the forefront of training in our profession. The law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. This is something we have discussed in depth during our time here at KLETC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. A law enforcement officer assumes a great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the position of being role models, leading by example. They are enforcers of the law and protectors over our communities. Because the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes the concepts and principles within the oath should be a dominating force in all officers' lives, I will ask Class President, Deputy Jost, to lead the class with the law enforcement oath of office affirmation.
Oath. On my honor.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States, the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve.
Recovered.
312, please be seated. In just a few moments, I'll be presenting each of you with a challenge coin. Challenge coins are very symbolic and meaningful. Challenge coins are given to someone as a reminder of them or to confirm membership in an organization or as part of a group. The coin you will receive today recognizes you as a graduate of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. I ask that you carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here at KLETC. On the back side of this coin is the oath that each of you just affirmed moments ago. Carry it with you and let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, congratulations. It has been my honor and my pleasure to be a small part of your journey. I wish you nothing but success and your continued safety each and every day. I will now ask Associate Director Alvin Sowers to join me on stage to present the members of the 312th Basic Training Class with their certificates, while I present each of you with a KLETC Challenge coin. The class president will announce the names of the graduates of the 312th Basic Training Class.
Front row, please stand. Katie Carnes, Overland Park Police Department. Amy Kuhn, Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office. Rose Cruz, Geary County Sheriff's Office. Scott Hollingsworth, Clearwater Police Department. Ashley Johnson, Augusta Department of Public Safety. Michael Jones, Independence Police Department. Front row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Brad Lightfoot, Hodgman County Sheriff's Office. Grady Miller, Hiawatha Police Department. Nathaniel Moore, Augusta Department of Public Safety. Paige Niggis, Hiawatha Police Department. John Wesley O'Hara, Council Grove Police Department. Aaron Platts, Wabunsee County Sheriff's Office. Mackenzie Robinson, Galena Police Department. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Michael Romero, Wakini Police Department. Austin Smith, Washburn University Police Department. Dayton Smith, Augusta Department of Public Safety. Kaylin Tapp, Osage City Police Department. Jace Tweedy, Finney County Sheriff's Office. Miguel Vasquez, Geary County Sheriff's Office.
And Travis Jost of the Atchison County Sheriff's Office. Third row, please return to your seats. Third row, please be seated. So, President, I just want to point out that at least I wasn't the only one that dropped something in the ceremony. So I appreciate you taking up for me. I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I want you to ask your graduate to share the experiences they had at the Law Enforcement Training Center. Ask them to show you around the campus and talk a little bit about what they did. We have a really nice statue out there for photo ops. I know it's hot outside, but you can maybe run back out and run back in. But there are lots of photo ops, the banner back in the back. Please take advantage of that time with your families. And thank you so much for coming. Here shortly, I will bless these officers as Kansas law enforcement officers, and we'll conclude. So would the 312th please stand? On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each one of these officers has successfully completed the requirements to be basic training or to be law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. In the words they've been waiting 14 weeks to hear, class dismissed.